Hey, Aries, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your October 2024 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Aries, I am getting here questioning. You are questioning something or someone, or perhaps someone may be questioning you. I mean, this could quite literally be an interview or a process where questioning is in effect. And I'm actually seeing a football game where the refs make a call, but they have to watch the play over and over again. And the call or the questioning may come in hand where it actually upsets some people. Yeah, I am getting it's going to upset some people, but it actually shows up here in your favor because you're protected in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, I'm getting protection and questioning, inquisitiveness, action. There's a big breakthrough coming in, and you're showing up right in the middle of your own reading, the Emperor. So whatever choice is being made, I feel like it's fair, right? Or it's, based on facts, based on the questioning. And look at, we actually have the Page of Cups. So pages are curious, they're inquisitive. And you have, wow, you have the 10 of Cups here, and you also have the 4 of Wands with the Sun at the bottom of the deck. What is this for you? This is huge. Sun at the bottom of the deck with Justice, and we are in Libran energy, which is the opposite of you on the astrological wheel. And we are also in Libra and Aries North and South Node at this time, and I feel like there's some sort of balance playing out in your favor. This is really, really good, and I feel like it's been, for some of you, a long time coming, or you've been really putting in the work for this massive breakthrough that's coming in. And breakthrough is one of your key themes for the month of October. Now you do have the action card out here, and I'll show you the cards as soon as I get all of them out here. But I feel like some of you have been taking action on your dreams, and you have been quiet about it. I feel like some of you have been a little bit quiet, or perhaps you haven't been sharing or spilling the beans. I feel like you've just been grinding, or you've been putting yourself in a position to not let other people in some way, shape, or form influence you in a negative way, or in any way even. But you're coming out on top, and you have this brand new life here. I mean, look at your themed energy. It's new life. And October is also a 1 year, or excuse me, a 1 month when you break down the 10 endings, bringing in brand new beginnings. And I certainly see here for you, Aries, there's a big new beginning, and it looks quite balanced because you're coming out of something that may have been quite thick, quite heavy. I mean, you start off with the 5 of Cups here, and you also have the Shadow. We are in the midst of eclipse season, so there is an energy being eclipsed with the sun. Beautiful. And whatever is being eclipsed or coming out of the shadows, or whatever call is being made here, this could even be a split second decision or a last minute decision here. It brings in a lot of happiness, and I feel like it's right here for you. But it feels almost unbelievable is kind of what I'm getting here, because it's like the shadow, you knew this on a deep level, and it could even be something is exposed that you already knew about. Now, I do feel like we are going to see a lot of changes globally and economically and worldwide in the month of October anyway, but I feel like there's going to be a lot that's exposed, and I feel some people may be very aggravated about it, or there may be a feeling of loss. Again, whatever call is being made, it does feel like there's a division of some sort, because I am seeing the football team, and I feel like the ref, whoever this Emperor is, this could be you, right? This could be a higher authority of some way, shape, or form, where there's some sort of call being made, and it's going to upset people on one team, but I feel like you're on the team that it's more favorable, but there is replay, there is questioning, and I feel like it's going to come out where you are the victor. And I see that with the Four of Wands. So let's dive in here. Your first card out is action, taking charge, hustle. This is ambition and forward movement. Some of you may have even felt a little bit stuck while something was questioning out, or while there was some sort of replay or even a repeat of a cycle. But there's motivation this month. And if health was in question, I feel like you're receiving answers. If you felt adrenal fatigue, or if you felt very tired, some of you may have even struggled with the root chakra, the lower extremities, such as legs, knees, joints, feet, toes, anything of that nature. I feel like you have more get up and go this month. And if you were immobile for any reason, I just feel like you have the green light to move forward. And there's going to be more momentum building here in a powerful way. And with this breakthrough, there's a moment of truth. Yeah, there's a moment of truth. Some sort of shadow within you, within a person, within a situation is being eclipsed. That's why we have that sun showing up here as well, and the shadow. But I feel like that shadow period was necessary. It was necessary because it makes this moment even sweeter. And there is advancement here for some of you. This could be taking a career to the next level, relationship. I'm also getting self-development. So for some of you, this is soul advancement. It's as if you've graduated, you are being recognized, you're being noticed for your hard work. And if you've struggled with maybe an actual move, maybe you've been wanting to move out of a location, or you've wanted more independence in some way, shape, or form. For some of you, you've wanted more freedom, more space. I'm getting a loud energy. So some of you, it feels very loud. I mean, this could just be distractions where you live, or maybe where you work. It's felt loud, even energetically. And you may want to venture towards a place that feels more stable, more grounded, more solid, because I am picking up on that root chakra here, and that may be activated for a lot of you. And that root chakra is, all about our stability. So you have new life. There's a big change, a big shift coming in here. And it may even be, like I said, a split second or last minute decision, but it doesn't necessarily feel risky. It almost feels like this has been the buildup for years and years. So it's not something that is a total shock for you. I don't see a shock factor. I don't see the tower. It actually feels like finally now it's being exposed. This is the goal. This is what I've wanted for so long, or this is what I've been determined to build up, but I've been stuck in that, shadow with the Five of Cups. There's a new life calling here. And I feel, Aries, there's a rebirth within you that it may feel a little foreign. It may feel like, wow, what's happening within me? Some of you, there's cellular upgrades. You may even be changing your appearance in some way, shape, or form. It could be that you're seeing yourself through a new lens, one that which you've never seen before. I feel like this is kind of big. This is kind of big for you. And bottom of the deck, we have trust. This is about taking a leap of faith, but I don't feel like it's the full type of leap of faith. This is a steadfast, stable, sure of yourself, taking a leap of faith with that Emperor, right? There's something here that you can trust. This is something that, in the grand scheme of things, it's as if every piece of your journey is now fitting into this puzzle, right? Into this puzzle, and you're sticking that last piece in the month of October, and you're like, wow. And you're able to take a step back, and you're able to see why you've gone through everything, or the difficulties, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. And I just feel like there's a sense of appreciation, and there's honesty. There's honesty here. There is secrets that may be showing up that allow someone the freedom needed to be able to have this new life. Okay, if there were any trust issues, or if things were kept secret, and I think you actually have the secret card, you have silence. And some of you are moving in silence while you are continuing to build. For others of you, it says silence is the best way to increase your personal power. Some of you may have even went in hermit mode for a few weeks, a few months, a few years. It's like you were building, you were healing, you were growing, and I feel like you were building your empire. Yes, you were. You were building your empire. And I feel like you stayed strong, you stayed loyal towards your commitments, and you're being rewarded with this new home, this new opportunity, which could be career, job, relationship. I mean, we're going to go into each of these categories for you, but Spirit is saying trust. Everything is falling into place just as it should. Okay, because not only was this a manifestation, was this a vision, but you backed it up. You backed it up, right? It's not that we just create a vision board and then boom, those things magically appear. We have to take action and say yes and gain that extra momentum behind what we want to manifest. And that's what you're doing here. That's why you're seeing breakthroughs. As they always say, take one step toward the gods, they take 10 steps towards you. And that's what I see you doing here, and you've been doing. All right. So we also have, I'm just going to pull the underneath card. You have rest and retreat as well. This is at the bottom of the deck. So again, subconsciously, this can be messages from your guides, but you have trust. But then we have R&R. And R&R is about, healing and recovery. It's also about a peaceful place. So like I said, some of you could be quite literally moving towards a place that feels more peaceful because maybe it was, again, noisy. For some of you, you may have stepped away from a friendship or a relationship or, a situation that felt very hectic or chaotic or even emotionally draining is what I feel here, because you had to heal. We have the healing card, and you may have had to recover. There may have been a sense of loss or grief, but you have support here. And I feel like your health is increasing in a positive way. I mean, with that sun, the sun is the card of vitality. Some of you may even be moving to a warmer climate, or you could be planning a trip or traveling. We have the rest and retreat, which can be about, a place where you connect with others, or even connect with a tribe, a sisterhood, a group of like-minded individuals. And for others of you, I mean, this certainly could be solo, but you meet people along the way. And I feel like Spirit is saying trust in your path, and you are. You are trusting in your path, but you also are trusting in yourself to make choices that are in your highest good. Now we do have the 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups showing up here is again about that loss that we see at the bottom here, something deep that you've gone through. I don't feel like it's present right here showing up in your reading, but it is something that still affects you in some way, shape, or form, because we do have the 5 of Cups, right? But with your surrounding cards, I feel like you're coming out of this. Again, you're coming out of the shadow period, but it hasn't been easy. And the 5 of Cups is also about the past pain receding and hope is emerging. And that's what I see here. Past pain recedes and hope emerges, because you are going through that healing process, and because you have taken action. You haven't just sat in it and done nothing. And, as they say, if you don't heal, it just oozes and you bleed into others or into the relationships, or, it's not fun if you don't deal with pain. It leaks out into everything, everyone, everything that you have for yourself. At times, if we don't address it, it can keep us in a place of stagnancy for quite some time, and just, it doesn't feel awesome, but we all go through it at some point or another. And I just see you coming out of it, which is great. Now you do have here the 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands is determination. 9 of Wands, yes, is the wounded warrior. You've been wounded, but I feel like you are overcoming obstacles here, because not only do you have the willpower and the perseverance, you have the spiritual assistance as well. Wands is a very spiritual, fiery force that you have within you, that we all have within us all. And I feel like you were guided to not give up, to fight for your dream, fight for your health, fight for something that meant a lot to you, even if it meant disconnecting, or even if it meant you needing to trust in yourself to do what you needed to do. You did it. And the 9 is about completion, right? 9 is about accomplishment and solitude and service. And I feel like some of you, you had to service yourself for quite some time. It's like you were in the body shop, right? It's like your vehicle, you got to put it in the body shop to take care of it sometimes. And I feel like you had to head to that body shop to maintain something, heal something within you, but you're coming out and you're running better than ever. You're running better than ever because we have here the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is the ultimate blessing. It really is. It's happiness. It is Dorothy here on the yellow brick road, and she has her people by her side. And when you have your tribe by your side, there's a feeling of anything is possible, right? I got this. And you see that, you know, all of the people that she cares about the most are with her. And there's the rainbow, there's Emerald City in the distance. So it feels like there's definitely something within your energy that you're finally reaching, but it's been a long journey because you see that you have the 5 here. 5 and 5 is 10. So you've had to go through some major change, major restructuring, major obstacles. But with the 10 of Cups showing up, I feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel. Well, quite literally, the rainbow at the end of the shadow period. Some of you, this was family drama you've gone through. Okay, this could be you felt disconnected from loved ones, or perhaps some of you had to disconnect from loved ones and it really caused you to go through. For some of you, I'm getting like a low grade depression, or it could have even been, you know, full on depression for quite some time. I also see some of you, you really struggled with a family member, or there may have even been a legal situation with the justice here. But with this 10 of Cups, this is emotional fulfillment, okay? It's as if there's been a reflection that's taken place. And I feel like you've come so far on your journey that this new life that you're embracing, you're not taking any of that, you know, past pain with you. Past pain is receding and hope is emerging here. And you're showing up stronger than ever. And you're able to see things from a new lens because the Emperor is looking this way. He's looking right at the 10 of Cups and he's saying, wow, I've come so far. He may have even broken out of family difficulties, family struggles, family traumas, family cycles. Okay, 10 of Cups is also about helping people, being of service. And I feel like you are a leader. You are a leader and you're here to be of service in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't matter how big or small. It doesn't matter. But you are here and you're making a difference. And you're determined and you're protected with this 9 of Wands. I mean, this guy is in protection mode. Look at everything he has on him. He is going in and he has the hawk. And hawks are also protective, but they also signal messages. And when that hawk is with him, he will receive the intuitive messages and downloads from spirit that help keep him protected on his journey. And I feel like this has been a long journey for some of you, a very long journey that you've been on, but you've learned so very much. And now you're taking what you've learned and you're applying it to a new beginning. Okay. We have possibly a child-parent interaction here that could be fresh. It could be new. Some of you, maybe you're going to be a father or mother, grandfather, grandmother. For others of you, you could even be falling in love again. I mean, this Emperor, he's been through a lot. I mean, this isn't some young pup wet behind the ears, right? I feel like the Emperor has lived a life, and the Page of Cups is coming in to inspire, right? This could be someone that shows up on your path. This could be a feeling that emerges within you, maybe that you haven't felt for quite some time. And I feel like you are quite excited. And you're quite excited because the Page of Cups here is news. bringing news of something quite emotional. This could be love, romance. This could be a beginning of, a new life for you, which we see. And it feels, the word I'm getting is delicious. It feels delicious. Maybe after eating bland crackers, right? Just throwing that out there, bland crackers day in and day out, or some porridge. It almost feels like you got the meal, the winning meal here, and your taste buds come alive and it feels delicious after, just not really feeling much. Some of you, this is within yourself. This is your actual feelings. Page of Cups could be love if you're looking for love. It can be a friendship. It can be lifelong bestie. It can even be a new pet or animal. For some of you, this is opening yourself up to something that really inspires you and makes you happy. It makes you feel like a kid again. And I'm loving this for you because there's a sense of awe and wonder and excitement. And your final tarot card is the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is Munchkin country. Four of Wands is 11/11. It can be a massive celebration. And we see maybe coming into October, you're still kind of, working on some ups and downs. You're still working through some sort of emotions. But I see you're determined. And by maybe eclipse time, or even I'm getting the 8th and 9th could be significant for some of you, Aries, the 8th and 9th. I mean, even though we have the 10th, it could be 8th, 9th, and 10th for you, is a big time where things really start to shift. And I see the second half of October being very successful, very abundant, good news coming in here, some sort of call being made. Maybe someone is looking over information that you have provided. If you're working with maybe a mortgage officer, a loan officer, maybe you're going in for an interview, there's someone looking at information is what I'm getting. And you're going to receive some sort of news or you're going to deliver it. But at either end, I feel like it's favorable. I mean, look at all these munchkins. They are excited. And I also get with the Four of Wands, this is going to bring stability. And that's what I was feeling at the very beginning of your reading, is that root chakra. There's some sort of stability here. And it's fresh and it's new. But deep down within you, you know that this is right, or you know that, you deserve this, right? You do. You've worked long and hard at some sort of goal or yourself. And it just feels like there's a massive celebration here for something you've wanted. And I feel like it's important to pat yourself on the back here as well. Yeah, don't be afraid to pat yourself on the back. Yes, there's been lack of cooperation, or there has been, a lack of support in some way, but I feel like it's coming in. Some of you could be getting married. You could be going to a baby shower. You could be going to a new place, a new land. Could even be a place where there's castles. I see the castle in the background. Maybe some of you have like Irish descent or live in Ireland. It almost feels like hobbits. I'm getting like hobbit energy. Maybe you're into fairies and fays. Maybe you're reading a book about fairies. You could be tuning into elemental energy yourself. Maybe you're watching a show as mentioned, but I'm just getting such an exciting time for you. So I'm loving this. Let's look at career. What do we have for career, finances, money? Well, we did talk about the silence card showing up. So I definitely sense that you're working really hard for your money behind the scenes in some way. And a lot of you could be business owners with the Emperor. And if this is someone that's coming in, let's say you're not a business owner, but there is a new offer coming in. You're the Page of Cups with this new offer, and the Emperor is giving you the green light saying, yes, come work for us, come work for our company. You're actually going to get a fair settlement. There could be a fair negotiation with pay, but ultimately with the Justice and the Sun, I mean, this is favorable. This is really good. This is like you going in and expecting to get a certain pay, but they maybe offer more. And I know this is unheard of, right? But it just feels like, yes, there could be some negotiations, but I feel like you're on the winning end. And it just, this is so wonderful. You've wanted this for quite some time. Some of you may even be bringing in a person to help you in your career. This could be learning. You could be learning something new, taking a new class from a very important mentor or a teacher, a professor. When we have the Emperor and the Page of Cups, I mean, this is going to bring emotional fulfillment. So for some of you, maybe you're heading out on a retreat, okay, with the R&R here. Perhaps you're getting a yoga certification training. Some of you are excited to learn because you have everything within you to embrace that Emperor energy. Female or male, it doesn't matter. But this is exciting. And you actually see that this Page of Cups, there's a sailboat here. So some of you, there's sailing. This could be being near water. Water could be significant for you. Let's say you're walking up the steps to enter into a building. Maybe this building is, you going for a loan, or again, going in for an interview, or someplace. Maybe you're meeting up with someone and you walk by and it has a fountain or it has a waterfall. That could be a significant sign for you that things are looking really good. Now, be careful though. Be careful of sharing too much, because not everyone is honest and trustworthy. And like I said at the beginning of your reading, Aries, I'm getting like a football field, right? And they're opposing teams, and you're going to have people in the stands that like a specific team and certain people that like this team. Rarely ever are they going to go to the game and like both teams, right? And it feels like someone could be upset that, this team won, or the ref made a specific call. And I just feel like it's going to fire up some people, but it's actually you're going to be fine because of it. But don't share too much, because not everyone is honest, trustworthy, or are going to be as happy or in high spirits as you. Don't let them steal your thunder. Okay. Don't let those people affect you. And I think we said that in the beginning as well. You've been doing a good job with maybe stepping back from other people's energies and just focusing on you, because we do have a little bit of the past. We have it showing up with the Five of Cups, which can be past nostalgia. It can be, focusing sometimes on regret. There could even be a sense of betrayal here, but I almost feel like this is, again, someone else's energy that feels this way, because they're seeing you successful, okay? But you've been there. You've been there yourself. But I just feel like this Five of Cups, I don't necessarily see it's you anymore, but now other people are feeling that. But be sure that you don't go back to this energy just because you don't want to shine your light or stand in your power, because I feel like this isn't you anymore. And it says something from the past is coming back, perhaps an old job or an unfinished project. Look to the past to understand the future, a lesson or an experience or an old skill. Yeah, you're learning something in a new way. And that's that Page of Cups with the Emperor. Sometimes the Emperor can be, like I said, very steadfast, very structured, very routine, set in his ways, right? It's taken a long time for him to build his empire. But I feel like there's something quite significant coming in, that you are either teaching another or someone is teaching you, and it does shift things. It says you could be earning or receiving money from something you did in the past. I like that. Now we also have the teacher card. You could be a teacher. This could be a spiritual teacher, a kindergarten teacher, a professor, a Reiki teacher, a yoga teacher. You take it as it resonates, but I do feel like you inspire. You have the ability, Aries, to motivate others to strive to uncover their true potential. I mean, you really do. You're showing up hot with the Emperor, female or male, it doesn't matter. But this Emperor is someone that people look up to. Someone who, people want to aspire to be like, but you also, because you inspire them. And I feel like this person knows their stuff, and they may be coming to you for advice, for help, for guidance. Consider careers in teaching, coaching, mentorship, or being a motivational speaker. Wow, you would make a great speaker, Aries, if you're not already. You help people in such a profound way. And I'm also getting passive income or residual income. So perhaps you've written a book. Perhaps some of you have created something in the past and it's coming back around and you're seeing profit. And maybe you've worked so hard on this dream and you're finally seeing it take shape. I'm also getting media. So maybe this is a YouTube channel. For some of you, it could be, TikTok or any other platform. Maybe you're a teacher on a platform. You work with maybe Kajabi or Udemy or Teachable. Or maybe you signed up for a class under one of those platforms or any platform. You've learned much about money. This is a time to put it into practice. Yeah, you could be buying or purchasing or investing in something this month because you have the investment card. Maybe you're purchasing a home. You could be investing in land, investing in your education, investing in your health. I also see moving money around. Finances are looking good. They're growing. This is a great time to invest in something here. Set a strong foundation and you will see the fruits of your labor. And the emperor has that strong foundation. If he didn't, he wouldn't be an emperor. So it's almost as if this is the time. Are you retiring? Some of you could be retiring, or you could be retiring something in order to have a little bit of more flex room, but you're still working. It just feels like it could be some of you are retiring from something bigger, but then over here you're building and growing and branching off. For others of you, I'm investing my heart is what I just heard. Someone is getting married, or there is, with the Justice card and the Sun, this is beautiful. This is legal documents. So this could be a marriage document. I'm getting adoption. Maybe some sort of adoption paperwork went through, or I'm getting like surrogacy as well. For those of you that may have wanted a family. But I also get, for a lot of you, this is a document or something coming in that was questioned. A visa. For some of you, this could be a visa. It's almost as if it's been questioned or questionable, or some of you, it almost feels like it wasn't passed the first couple times. Like the background check of it didn't go through. You had to reapply, or the timing was off. This is the breakthrough you've been waiting for to lead to something new. All right. Love. What do we have for love? Okay. Some of you have come a long way and you've overcome addictions, or you've learned a lot from people in your circle, your tribe, or your family who have suffered from addictions. Now, addictions can be anything. It's not just the typical drugs and alcohol. This can be addictions to, games, computers, social media, food, porn. This can be anything that can sidetrack us, lower our vibrational frequencies, and distract us basically. And what did we say in the beginning? You're not letting distractions or external noise keep you from where you're going. And so for some of you, you've learned great valuable lessons around this word addiction. Okay. Codependencies can even be a form of addiction, right? Whenever I see this word, I think of the devil because it can be addictive, obsession, it can be manipulation or bondage. Sometimes it can even be, materialism, getting addicted to things, getting addicted to attention in some way, shape, or form. But I feel like you've done a really well job healing and working with this. And maybe it hasn't always been that way because there's been struggle, right? There's been trial and error. But because you have the Ascension card right behind it, you're advancing. You've learned a lot. You've expanded a lot. You've transcended a lot. And a lot of you are preparing for union, and you're entering into a new phase of your love life. Maybe if you've been single for quite some time in that hermit mode, there could certainly be, I see this with the Page of Cups, there could certainly be a love offer, a new romantic energy coming in for you that does lead to marriage, or leads to some sort of moving in together or commitment with that Four of Wands and the new life, if you're not there yet. For those of you that have been married, okay, we have the Justice and the Sun. I just heard renewal. So, some of you could quite literally be renewing your vows, or perhaps there's been a divorce here and you haven't felt happy for quite some time, but I just feel like there is light. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And I do get some of you contemplating, there's a contemplation here with that question mark that I keep seeing. And I see the dragons in the background, and sometimes the dragon can be found on the judgment energy. So some of you may be making a judgment call to give someone a second chance that maybe you have had a marriage with or some sort of contract with. If it's not love, although we're looking at love, but it could be a family member, or there's been a court order in some way, shape, or form. I actually feel like it's shifting for the better, okay? Shifting for the better. Now let's get back to love here. Definitely entering into a new phase. And some of you, maybe the divorce is the new phase because it's been miserable and you're ready to go out and live your life and build a new foundation. I mean, that could be a happy ending. People throw divorce parties. Okay, we have sunglasses. I have a feeling this has to do with this page, or excuse me, this 5 of Cups. Someone who feels a little bit bitter, maybe even a little bit depressed to see you moving on, if that's the case, or see you succeeding. Or, I mean, it could even be, I'm getting for some of you, this could be a family member who has suffered from maybe addictions or suffered in some way, shape, or form. And they're seeing you live a better life. And I feel like there's a bittersweet energy in there because maybe they do care about you, but there's a feeling of, I want to be like that too. And if this is sibling rivalry or family rivalry, I mean, there's some sort of family entanglement with that 10 of Cups that will be healed. Okay, I want you to know that it will be healed. There will be justice, even if someone is no longer here living, right? Or if it's been a 20-year battle, I feel like there will be some sort of karmic justice or retribution. And I feel like there will be a mending of hearts in some way, shape, or form. But because we have the sunglasses, someone could be keeping an eye out on you. Someone could be watching you, seeing your glow up, seeing your success. There could be a stalking energy, or it may feel like other people may perceive you in a different way, right? It's because everyone has their own objective thinking, right? Everyone wears these sunglasses. Everyone has their own viewpoint on life based on their own conditions, their own beliefs, and what they've gone through. And if someone is judging you harshly, I mean, that's their viewpoint that they're seeing things. Yes, there may have been a call that was made that you had to make that was in your highest good. But ultimately, when it comes to love here, I feel like you are having fun. For those of you that are happily single, this is a favorable month for you. I'm feeling friendships and connectivity and joy. You could be hanging out with new people. I'm getting sports. And I see here there is a volleyball net, or maybe it's, okay, it looks like soccer now that I'm looking at it. Soccer or football I'm getting here, and that was coming up in the beginning. So for some of you, you could be going to some sort of sporting event, meeting family, and maybe it's felt like a big old battlefield for some of you when families gotten together, but something feels really magical here for you this month. And I feel like you are just living in the moment. So if you're single or if you're connecting with someone new, you're staying present, you're having fun, and it's joyful. For others of you, if you are wanting to ascend, I feel like some choices could be made regarding love, and you're preparing for a union or preparing for a new phase to enter into a union or a contract that feels a lot more balanced and a lot more harmonious and happy. Now, I do see Libra energy out here, and Leo with the Sun card, and then we have Aries. So some of you may have those placements in your chart. And then last but not least, we do have the Shadow. And I feel like some of you, it's as if you may have had a family member that was living in your shadow, or perhaps you were living in theirs. It just feels like there may have been jealousy or competition in a family dynamic, because it was like, yeah, someone was the shadow and they weren't able to fully step out, or they felt like they couldn't step out for whatever reason. All right. For others of you, if this is career, it feels like you may have shadowed someone, okay, as in a good way, right? You may have shadowed them, may have been, an apprentice, And I feel like someone may be teaching you, or they may have taught you like everything you know in a certain area. And I feel like you are now ready to shine your light. But let's take a look and see what this shadow is all about. This is the unspeakable, the unwelcome, the denied. Although every card in the archetype decks has a shadow potential, this card asks us to delve into the qualities of the shadow itself. Now, this is actually a really good thing here. So don't let this scare you away. This is the eclipse energy, basically. And sometimes we need to dive into the shadow. But you're ready to. With this Emperor energy, out of everyone, all of the court cards and all of the kings and queens, and I mean, the Emperor is the one that really can handle this shadow in a very mature, protective, stable way. We often think that the shadow can be purified, illuminated, and made right through effort and achievement. However, it is typically the case that our lofty pursuit of ascension and perfection is the very source of shadow material itself. So just to pause and reflect on that for those of you who are chasing perfection, right? Or the pursuit of ascension, even though we do see soul ascension here, sometimes those things externally can be our own shadows. So just keep that in mind. It says, by rejecting parts of ourselves and the world, we begin to separate from the whole. There's that Five of Cups. Five of Cups is emotional separation and feeling like we are on a path that's only ours, right? Sometimes it's hard to understand that everybody feels disconnected at times when we're going through that emotional setback. It says, by rejecting parts of ourselves and the world, we begin to separate from the whole. Rather than getting to know the qualities and content of our shadow, we busy ourselves with avoiding its presence. There's the addiction. This is denial. When this card appears, it is time to take inventory of those things you've been denying. When the mind responds with, no, anything but that, you are touching shadow. Find support for this deep inner work and move towards the shadow with patience and compassion. That really does sum up the entirety of your reading, because we start with the shadow. So if anything, let this be your guiding light, that you have the ability to touch some of these energies within yourself that may have been delaying your gratification. This is revealing unconscious aspects of the self and world when it's showing up in the light. And we do see the sun, but it's at the bottom of the deck, but it's showing up here in Justice season, in Libran season. So when this energy is showing up in the light, there is a reveal here of unconscious aspects of the self and the world. And remember, bottom of the deck, your unconscious energy is healing. You're healing something deep within you. And when it is in the dark, which some of you've been in the dark, and maybe other people feel like you've left them in the dark, but this is denying unconscious aspects of the self and the world. So there's a reveal after some sort of denial, and it's going to change everything. And if you want to take this a step deeper, you can visit Owning Your Own Shadow by R. Johnson. And it says here, contemplate the following scientific observation. The closer an object, a person, place, or community, is to the light, the longer the shadow it casts. I'm going to repeat that here. The closer an object, a person, place, or community is to the light, because we have the light here, the longer the shadow it casts. So keep that in mind. That's powerful. In the shadow of the gods are the very gods themselves. Reflect on this statement by James Hillman in The Blue Fire. What do you despise about yourself, Aries? By answering, you move toward shadow. Because so often we run from it, right? We neglect it. We use things to cover it up, to numb it. Basically that addiction piece. So some of you Some of you are a brilliant psychologist. You see on this card here, the Emperor, I mean, he has his brilliant glasses on, those goggles that allow him to see things through such a higher perspective and a lens because he's been there. He has lived lifetimes and he has done so much even in this one life. And I feel like you may help people. Some of you are, maybe AODA counselors, or you help people with their shadows. Some of you are helping others maybe heal the inner child because you yourself have been on this path, or this could be part of your calling. This could be what you're learning. But I like the shadow, and I hope this inspires you, Aries, to not be afraid because you are protected. That hawk energy is showing up here as a powerful omen. And because I see justice and the sun at the bottom of the deck, whatever is being exposed is ultimately going to bring you the emotional, the spiritual satisfaction that your soul has longed for. All right, that is what I have for you. Big, powerful month ahead. Welcome to October, Aries, and I hope this resonates. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled energy to those that need it most. And for those of you that would like to enter into the free reading giveaway, let me know. Let me know what piece of the shadow. Now we're going to get vulnerable here. Drop in the comment section below. What part of your own shadow are you ready to embrace? Is this perfectionism? Is it fear of failure? Is it not feeling good enough? Right? Is it, whatever fears that you have, take one step closer, reveal it, be vulnerable, open up to it. Help support each other. Drop it in the comment section below. Feel free to comment on other people's. Inspire them. Encourage them. Because that's what we're here for. Thank you so much, Aries, for tuning in, and happy, happy October to you all.